Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us in kind of downtown Rayong. We're not too far away from the bus station. We're kind of in the old part of the city. The old walking street and stuff like that is not too far away. But what we're going to take a look at today is we're going to take a look at probably the most important temple here in the city. It is really cool. It has something that you don't see anywhere else, that I've never seen anyway. They have a reclining Buddha that's reversed. Most of them face towards the east. This one faces towards the west. The reclining Buddha symbolizes like the death pose, like right before Buddha passed away and went to enlightenment. And so the Thais really like these. They come over and they stick the gold leaf and stuff like that on them, and we're going to take a look at it, and let's look around this temple and see what else we see here. This is the temple grounds. There's actually quite a bit to it, kind of hidden around in these trees. There's a old Chinese style ubasot, and there's a couple shrines, and then there's this building right here. That sun's kind of in a bad spot. This is locked up. I have no idea what it is. I've seen buildings similar to this that were like museums, but I don't know the function of this one here. But we're not going to be able to look in it. We'll look at these others over here. We'll look at this kind of these cool shrine buildings and stuff like that first. Yeah, this is the outside of it. Yeah, it's really fantastic. Got one of the worker guys going up there and a little dog. Then we have places back over in here for like the head monk and then the other monk quarters. And then this is the Chinese style ubasot right here. And you can climb underneath it. We'll take a look at it last. And with it being an active temple, the monks will be doing their things back there. So we have like a shrine right here. This is the name of the temple, which I think the Pa Pradu means like the entrance to the jungle. I could be wrong on the translation. And in here we just have a shrine, places for the Thais to come over here and pray. And then there's an old chetty right behind it. I think it's a Bangkok era, but it looks fairly old anyway. Right next to that little shrine is this little tiny building right here. There's another one right on the other side of this one that looks exactly the same. Now it's locked up, but it's kind of cool with the styling. I've seen these before. One temple I went to one time, I pushed the door open and there was a monk living in there. He was living in that little tiny building. I don't know if they're doing that here or what their function is. Probably just a place to pray and meditate. This is the old chetty. You can see they're restoring it. It's missing the finale up there, and it's right next to the bell tower and the drum tower. And then this is this little hall, and it has a really cool image. It has the lilai pose, and that's what we'll see in here. You can see the styling on the doors here. It's Ayutthaya styling. Now I don't know how old this temple is. What it says over here, ring the bell 3 times and then you walk around to the left and you circle the little temple. So this is the lilai pose. And you see the one hand up, one hand down, and then it has the elephant and the monkey giving them the donation. Oh, what a fantastic image. And it takes up that whole wall. Then it has the red wood for the ceiling. And a little place over here to make donations. And then over here is another small one of those little buildings. It's like a duplicate of that one, just over here on this other side, and it's locked up also. You can see the little mythical birds and all the, like the little angel and stuff like that on the front, and then the nagas. Really cool. And then a Chinese style Buddha over here, and then a Guanyin statue. You can see the Chinese style lions out here, and then those like mythical birds. And right there's the date, 2553. That must have been when they restored this. It's 2567 this year. So it's not, the old restoration's not too old. Then they have a Guanyin. There's a lot of Chinese Thais that live in this area. So you see a lot of like Guanyins and Chinese styling in these temples. And with that you have a little Chinese pagoda thing over here. This is where they let the firecrackers off. They'll do that for New Year, or if they're trying to get money to their ancestors. And then we have a little coffee shop and stuff like that, and then the monks here. Okay, now let's go into the main draw at this temple. This humongous Wihan right here has the reclining Buddha in it. And then they have the places out here also to make donations to the temples. And then there's a monk over there doing his blessings and giving him a talk and stuff like that. And then here's the entrance to this Wihan. All the Thais are out here lighting the candles and stuff like that, and the joe sticks and praying. Now the story of this temple goes is back in the old days, this temple was abandoned and it was falling down. And a monk was passing through and he saw this temple was, you know, in bad shape. So he actually stayed here and he started teaching the locals about medicine. And the locals rewarded him by coming in and restoring and putting this temple back together. And that was back in the old days. I don't know when that was. It was, I don't know if it was Ayutthaya era or more modern than that. But so if somebody knows the dates of this temple, let me know, please. So here we have the Buddha footprint. And then I think these are maybe like the Sema stones. I'm not sure. There's a little thing right there talking about them. And then this is the image. And like I said, this is a reverse image of what you see. Normally the head would be down here where the feet are at. It would be reversed. But in this case, it's in the opposite direction. And it's the only one like this that I've seen. And you see the Thais have all came here and stuck the gold leaf. That's what these people are doing right now. And then you have like this little elephant here. What you do is you make your prayer and you make a wish. And then you have to pick that elephant up with like your pinky. And if you can pick it up, then your wish will come true. But this is just a simple hall. You can see it has the like cream colored ceiling with some of those red and gold cross beams. And then the carved wooden window shutters and stuff. And it's kind of a simple background also. Usually you have like the pillows, but in this case he just has his hand holding up his head, and his head looks quite a bit different. It doesn't look like the Sukhothai like you normally see. And even has like neck rolls. Yeah, pretty interesting. Okay, we'll look at our last thing. This is this old Chinese hall right here. And then here's the monk giving out the lesson and stuff like that. You can buy these little candles, make donations, all the normal stuff you see. This is the front of that Ubisot. And you can see the styling looks Ayutthaya era. Now it says it's over 100 years old, so I think that's when they renovated it. And I don't know the exact date when this building was originally built. You can see all the flowers and the Buddhist imagery up there. And then it has some Chinese characters around the front door. We'll go in here and take a look at it. And then this building is interesting because you can actually go underneath it. And that's what these guys are getting ready to do here. There's like a 9-step prayer you have to do. And then you climb underneath and there's the little Buddha Sema stones down below. And it's quite a low roof and you got to crab walk to get down in there. Yeah, this says enter. So it has the old stones down here. So these are what's underneath the Buddha Sema stones. These little stones, they bury them down in the ground. And then these are what is up above. And they have a place you come here and pray to them, I guess. Kind of interesting. You don't see this every day. I've seen a few places where you go underneath the main Buddha, but it's not very common. Now let's go in. We can see the styling around the door underneath this little porch. Definitely Chinese influence. And then they have this little inlay. They put this glass. Yeah, quite cool. The hall itself is pretty simple. Has a little place for donations. And the window shutters are different in here. You see they're just painted white with that little glass inlay that they did on them. There might have been murals in here at one time, but now it's just the plaster and whitewashed. And you can see the plaster's cracking and stuff like that. These old buildings settle, so they're always having to renovate them. And they have a small little Buddha footprint there. And then the main image. It looks quite a bit different in the face than you normally see. It's kind of a modern interpretation of one maybe. It doesn't even have that top knot. All right, so that's everything in here. Pretty interesting. You can see how popular this temple is. This is a tour. The Thais will come over here on tour and go places like this. That will finish up our video over here at this temple in Rayong. This is pretty nice. It's something to do while you're in the city if you want to come over here and check out a little bit of the history of the region and see something that's a little bit different. Most people come over here to Rayong to go to the beaches and stuff like that, but there is more to do than just go to the beaches and hang out and see places like this. This was quite cool. The reclining Buddha that's reversed was interesting enough. I enjoyed seeing that. The highlight to me was those little tiny buildings next to the Pa Lilai pose. I really like stuff like that. I wish I could see inside of them, but they're locked up. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, smash the like button. If you know more about this temple than I do, it's kind of vague. There's probably a lot more on the Thai forums, but I can't read Thai. So if you know more about this temple than I do, leave me a comment down below. I would like to read about it. Plus the other people that watch the video can learn a little bit more also. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, stick around, and you're notified when I post new videos. I'm really active, so if you want to see things about Thailand and everywhere else I travel, then you found the right place. And until next time, from over here in Rayong, remember, life is a journey. Until next time, enjoy.